Burchett from Tennessee, and he joins us now, and I'm glad he is. So let me ask you, what was your takeaway from what Bobulinski swore under oath?
Well, I was in there for a limited amount of time. Jim Jordan was in there and some others. And I was actually impressed. I've been in these things before in the skiff and heard expert testimony, and all this stuff. Bobulinski, outside of really having a cool name that I like saying, Bobulinski, I always tell somebody, he'd be a perfect character like on The Sopranos or something. But the name like that. But he was, to me, he sounded honest. He was super intelligent. He could name, and the interesting thing, he could name dates, times, places, countries, who was at the table, and just minute details that your liars usually don't do. They usually get stumbled up or they say a few times. I literally leaned over to a lady who I believe was transcribing part of it, and I said to her, "Is he doing this without notes?" And she just said, "I think so." And so I was impressed because I have seen a bunch of these guys, and I haven't, and some of them, one way or the other. But Bobulinski is a credible witness. And look, $20 million flowed through Hunter Biden to his family for what? It's influence. How is this even? How are we even discussing this? How is that even an option in the lamestream media that they just in denial? And where's the proof of even paying a penny in taxes? The Justice Department, the feds, they've let the statutes run on a lot of this stuff, so they can't go after him. That doesn't happen to me or you, brother.
Nope. So, Bobulinski didn't pull any punches in his testimony. And, when he was talking about the president, he said, quote, his family's foreign influence peddling operation from China to Ukraine and elsewhere sold out to foreign actors who were seeking to gain influence and access to Joe Biden and the United States government. So these are pretty bold statements. How should the American people react to something like this? Because, they're getting hit with so many things. Everything is being colored by the left that this is nothing here and he's not credible. But how should the American people react to this?
I think we should know that we have a president who's compromised. And I think what we're going to see in the future, they're going to be prancing him out there, and he's going to show more and more of his cognitive battle that he's going through. And that ultimately will be his defense. That's what I think. And I think you'll see the governor of California probably be brought out at some point. Look, we've all had parents that are aged or whatever you want to say. And we've seen this. We've seen the foot shuffling, the pausing, the trying to gather your thoughts. And, and it's sad, but it's just the way it is. But this is the president of the United States. This has got to change. And the Democrat Party's got to realize this, and they have got to make a change. Our country is too valuable to us to allow it to go any other way. And to me, it's just, we talk to foreign folks all the time, and it's embarrassing. And they know it, and they laugh about it. Our enemies are laughing, and our friends or allies that we used to have are kind of questioning right now where the loyalty is going to be. So we have a real problem there. I feel like this president is compromised. And the only reason they're not bringing it up is because our Justice Department, in fact, is compromised as well.
So I wanted to ask you that. We got, less than a minute. But, Bobulinski's been claiming that obviously the president is corrupt and compromised. And yet, according to him, he's never been questioned by the DOJ, the FBI, the IRS, or law enforcement of any kind. And even David Weiss, the special prosecutor investigating Hunter Biden, or the grand juries, they never had any interest. Something smells, don't you think?
Yeah, I want you to think about this. Quit calling Washington the swamp. The swamp is an ecosystem created by God. It's a pretty cool thing. Washington, D.C. is an open sewer. It all just flows in. Nothing flows out. It's stagnated and it's rotten. It's rotten to the core. The deep state is real. Anybody that in high up in power says it's not should be suspect themselves. You're seeing a great number of congressmen right now who are getting out of Congress. Some of my colleagues that I'm close to are doing it for the right reasons. Some others, they got some problems. I think America needs to be paying attention, and they better get to the polls this year, or we're going to lose our country.
Congressman Tim Burchett of Knoxville, good to have you as always.
Thank you, brother. It's always a pleasure. And thank you all so much for putting out the truth. That's why your ratings are going through the dadgum roof. Everywhere everybody says, hey, Burchett, I saw you on Newsmax. And I'm like, right on. So thank you.
Thank you.